It's something I love to do. I get paid to put in gardens and to design gardens and help people with them. And it's wonderful. At the close of this year, my third year, I'll be grossing about 3 times what I made the first year. My name is Tammy Lowe. I have the Lazy Northern Gardener, and I'm based in Macomb County in Southeast Michigan. I like to specialize in food for humans and for pollinators. Before becoming a garden consultant, I worked full-time as a medical surgical coating auditor. I became a garden consultant because my great-grandma and my grandma gardened, and my mom tried to garden, and then I loved gardening. And I put in a lot of perennial beds all around my home. And I noticed that there were not a lot of instruction from the older generation anymore. And I had been going to school to be a life coach. And I said, no, they said I need a niche, and I thought about gardening, and I said, I wonder if they have garden coaching. So I typed in Google, garden coaching. So I was typing in Google about garden coaching to see if they had that. I was just curious. And I found Gardenary, and I started looking at the materials there, and I said, this is amazing, because I love to learn, and then I love to do things, and then I love to teach people. I was a college professor, and I've been a program director at a college before. So I just love to help other people reach the levels that they want to get to. What my life looks like now as a garden consultant is I still have my full-time job, so I'm working my hours around the full-time job. And I wake up and I think about gardening, and then I go to my full-time job, and I get done with my job and I start thinking about gardening again. And I take phone calls and I go on visits around the hours of my regular job. And my customers are always on my mind, and my potential customers, people that are learning from me, are always on my mind. And then as I work in my own garden, every time I'm doing something and thinking about something, I want to document it for the people who might want some help. And so I don't have a lot of free time now, even though all my kids are grown. But it's a fun job. It's not work to me at all. I love it. My biggest win as a garden consultant is not monetary. It is the feeling that I feel that my confidence is solidified. I feel like I know what I'm doing, and I'm getting feedback from my clients that say I know what I'm doing. I'm also, and this is kind of a fun side perk, as a mom of 5, my kids never listen to me. As a wife, my husband doesn't always listen to me, but they've been helping for labor with helping me put in gardens and do installations. And now they're starting to realize, whoa, mom knows what she's talking about. And I noticed, I'll notice that, when they're having conversations with the clients, if I'm doing something else, the clients will have a question and they'll give them the same kind of guidance that I would have. And I thought, oh, they're listening. So that's a big win for me. I am seeing growth in revenue, and I'm pretty excited about that. I started Gardenary back in 2021, and I started my business in February. So the first year, I grossed about $4,500. The second full year, I grossed double that. And at the close of this year, my third year, I'll be grossing about 3 times what I made the first year. And so for me, that's wonderful. It's something I love to do. I get paid to put in gardens and to design gardens and help people with them. And it's wonderful. So for me, as a part-time business, it's fine for me. My husband and I we're getting close to retirement age. So we're thinking about backing off on work hours, regular corporate hours, and going into the business more. And I know that's just going to grow. So I've had about, in the past 3 years, I've had about 75 clients. And a lot of them are repeat customers. And I was like, wow, they really want me back. Okay, I will do some more work for you. I tell anyone that I know that knows about gardening and wants to get more into gardening, I tell them they really need to consider going through the Gardenary certificate course. I was just amazed at how much material is in there from Nicole. And while I was going through the materials, and it's self-paced, but she gives you deadlines and goals to meet. I noticed that every day was like something new, and my brain was exploding But I was learning so much, and I just love that. I mean, she gave us material like how to create a business name and how to register a business name and how to get your finances in order. And it was more about business than it was about the garden. But I also had a basis for the garden material. I already knew a little bit about gardening, so it wasn't like it was all new to me. I tell people that, like, if they're thinking about going to business school, I tell them that this is like better than business school. Especially if you like gardening, because Nicole taught us everything about businesses and how to do sales and how to do funnels and how to do social media, how to make up sketches on a software. She's got all that information loaded in there for us, and she does live calls. She's really a garden coach, and it's wonderful. I really love it. They should do it. If they're considering doing the Gardenary certificate course, they should do it. It's worth it. It's hard. It's not going to be easy because it does take some time, but it's worth it. So in our area, we have a lot of landscapers and we have a lot of hobby gardeners, but we don't have a lot of professional gardeners, and that's what I am. I will take small jobs. I'll take larger jobs. If you wanted spring bulbs planted, I'll do that. I would make beds for you if you'd like that. I put in pollinator gardens. Not a lot of landscapers will really look at your land and see what you could use, and they don't. You should use me because I'm going to listen to what you have to say. I'm going to say, what do you want, butterflies? Would you like to see hummingbirds? Or would you rather not? If you don't like birds, I have a client that doesn't like birds, so I'm not going to put bird-friendly plants in their yard. But I'll put bee-friendly plants in your yard. So I am going to be somebody that you're going to call if you want to see some wildlife and you want to help the planet grow. So when a person sees a beautiful spread in Pinterest or on TV or in some of these YouTube channels, I can duplicate what they see, but I can make it their own. I can make it something that's easy to care for, because I am a lazy gardener, so I can teach them the techniques for lazy gardening so they don't have to spend all day in the garden unless they want to. And even then, they could spend half the day just sipping their coffee and talking with their friends. You can find me on nearly every social media at The Lazy Northern Gardener, Gardener. And I am Tammy Lowe from Macomb.